3 hours left. A person who is in heaven and who you love very much asked you to open this urgently. Please don't skip. 3 hours left. A person who is in heaven and who you love very much asked you to open this urgently. Please don't skip, my cherished soul, you did not arrive here by chance. This is Archangel Michael speaking directly to the core of your spirit. Right now, yes, in this very instant, a gentle echo has moved through the heavens just for you. Someone who once held your hand, dried your tears, or gave you a quiet smile when words weren't needed, they're watching you from above. And with a sacred urgency, they pleaded that this message find its way to your eyes, before this divine moment slips away. You have these next 3 hours, not because something dreadful is approaching, but because something sacred is about to awaken in your world, and heaven is waiting for your permission, to let the flow of blessings begin. Time doesn't move the same way in the realm above. But in this very hour, this tiny opening, the gates are wide. You've been calling out for signs, for peace, for direction, for a break in the silence. And heaven has heard. Are you truly listening, deeply listening? Don't scroll past, not right now. This isn't just another message, this is a divine interruption for your soul. That loved one in heaven, the one you sense in the stillness, whose memory grips your chest, with both love and longing, they are with you now. Their presence is wrapped around you as I speak. And they are speaking your name into the light, again and again, with fierce tenderness. Tell them they are not broken, tell them I see their heart, tell them I've never been far. I am here only as their voice, but the love I bring carries the full weight of their spirit, and that love will never end. They want you to understand, the weight you've been holding, is not yours to carry alone. You were never created to heal in silence, or cry in secret, you were never meant to bear shame, fear, or guilt that doesn't belong to you. They saw the instant you nearly surrendered. They saw you wear a smile to the world, while feeling shattered inside. And now through every veil, they are crying out. Don't let them skip this, please let them know they're never alone, let them feel that I am still right beside them. That's why I'm here, I Archangel Michael do not come to alarm you, but to awaken you. Can you sense the shift that's been unfolding? The unusual energy around you lately, the dreams that seem too vivid, the recurring numbers, the feathers you find, the lyrics that break your heart open without warning. These are not coincidences, this is divine timing, this is love from beyond, reaching for your soul in this very moment. And I understand, I see how much you've endured, more than anyone truly knows. You've held in so much, convinced no one could ever fully understand. But heaven understands, I understand. And that beloved soul who transitioned, they now see it all with clarity. The heartache, the miscommunication, the silence. And they've been longing to tell you. You were always enough, I regret not saying it more, I'm sorry for the pain you've carried, I'm proud of you, please forgive me, please release what's no longer yours to hold. It's time for you to live, because I am already free. Their voice may be quiet, but it's roaring in the spiritual realm. Just pause, take a deep breath. Can you feel their nearness? They've been trying to reach you, the time that repeats, the name that echoes, the sensation of a presence in the room. You're not imagining any of it, they are speaking through heaven's breath. My precious one, the heavens are offering you something tonight, a divine gift. But you have to be willing to receive it. Be still enough to let the light through. Miracles aren't thunderous, they appear in gentle moments, in sparks of calm, that you might dismiss as random. But in truth, nothing is random when it is born of the divine. You are being protected, looked after, championed. Yes, spiritual battles are being fought for you, even now as you take in these words. There are dark voices that want you to forget who you are. That whisper, "You're ordinary, you've been overlooked." But those are lies. I, Archangel Michael, have stood at the threshold between shadow and light, to defend souls like yours. Let me say this with all the power of heaven: the light inside you is ancient, older than your sorrow, brighter than your missteps, more powerful than your fear. Do you recall who you were, before the world began to shape you? Before others told you what to be? You were pure light, you were wild laughter, fearless spirit. You were essence, not wounds. But you've drifted far from that memory. And now heaven is calling you back, to remind you of the purpose etched into your name. There are prayers heaven wants to answer through your life. That soul watching over you, they've seen the dreams you once had but abandoned. They've seen your soul still reaching for more, even when your body feels too tired to try. And they're whispering to you, "You are not done yet, you still have sacred work to do, please don't give up now." Let me say this clearly and gently: you matter in ways you may never fully grasp. If this message has found you, it's because your angels have drawn in close around you. Right now, heaven is nearer than your breath. And I need you to hear this with your whole being. You are chosen, chosen to break generational chains, chosen to bring healing where others only carried pain, chosen to rise not just for yourself, but for all who came before, and all who will come after you. I know it's exhausting, I know some days feel impossible. But that light you carry, it's eternal, it will not be extinguished, not now, not ever. This is your moment of return. Your sacred reset. And the one who crossed into the next world, they're still holding your hand, from across the veil, whispering, "Yes, keep reading, keep trusting, miracles are born from belief." And in this very moment, something miraculous is being written in your name. If you've ever asked for a sign, something to keep going, this is it. If you've ever cried out, "Just give me one more reason to believe again," this is your answer. And before this divine energy deepens, before the next wave of light pours through, allow me to share one final truth. If your soul recognizes these words, if something inside of you whispered, "This is what I needed today," then I invite you, not just as an archangel, but as a companion on your path, to remain connected to this space. Because this isn't just a message, this is a bridge between realms, a sacred lifeline from spirit to soul, sent just in time. Tell them their story is not over, tell them their purpose is bigger than their pain. You see, there's a reason you're still breathing, still waking up with that quiet ache, and unspoken hope in your chest. There's a divine assignment tied to your name, written in light, long before this life began. And that person in heaven, they haven't stopped watching, guiding, loving you through every twist and turn. They're whispering now with urgency, "Please tell them this is not the end, this is only the beginning." What if everything that broke you, was really guiding you back to your soul? What if every delay, was divine timing? What if that heartbreak, was a doorway? And what if the moment you're reading this right now, is the moment it all starts to make sense. I need you to know this, deep in your spirit. You were never forgotten. Even when it felt like the silence was louder than your prayers, heaven was preparing. That stillness wasn't rejection, it was preparation. That closed door wasn't the end, it was protection. That goodbye wasn't the final chapter, it was the setup for something greater. And I know the nights you cried quietly under your blanket, not wanting anyone to hear. I know the silent battles, the unseen strength, the way you've kept walking, even when your knees shook. Archangel Michael, yes, I have been walking beside you, every single moment. When you whispered, I can't do this anymore, I was the force holding you up, without you knowing. When you thought, no one sees me, I was writing your name in the stars. And when you said, please just one more sign, I was already preparing this message. This isn't about pretending everything's okay, this is about stepping into truth, into remembrance, into awakening. Because you were never meant to live in pieces, you were created in wholeness. And while the world may have tried to chip away at you, heaven is restoring what was lost, piece by piece, light by light. And that soul on the other side, they're not just watching, they're cheering. They're celebrating every step you take, back toward your own heart. They're whispering, that's it, that's the one I love, look at them, still here, still standing. They know the battles you fought, that no one else saw. They see the weariness behind your smile. And still, they love you more fiercely than ever. If only you could see yourself, the way they do. If only you knew, how brightly your spirit shines in the heavens. You're not a burden, you're not behind, you're not too late, you are right on time, for your soul's healing. So let me ask you, from one divine being to another, will you stop punishing yourself, for simply surviving? Will you lay down the weight of perfection? Will you stop shrinking, to make others comfortable? Because you were not made to disappear, you were made to rise. That burning inside you, the longing for more, the ache to feel whole again, that's not weakness. That's your soul remembering who you are. That's your purpose knocking. That's your future calling you forward. And yes, I see the fear, I know you've been hurt by people, who said they loved you. I know trust feels like a risk. But heaven is not here to betray you, heaven is not here to take, it's here to give, to restore, to anoint. Right now, your guides are gathering. Your angels are encircling you. That person in spirit is closer than ever. You may feel tingling, warmth, the presence of something unseen. That's not your imagination, that's heaven making contact. You asked for confirmation, this is it. You asked if you're loved, you are. You asked if you're still on the path, you are. You asked if you still matter, you do. You asked if they remember you, they never forgot. And now the universe is asking you something in return, will you say yes? Will you say yes to healing, yes to softness, yes to surrender, yes to becoming who you were always meant to be? Because your future is not written in fear, it's written in fire. Holy fire, sacred purpose. You are more than your wounds, you are the wisdom they created. You are more than your past, you are the power that rose from it. And you are more than what the world told you to be, you are what heaven envisioned when light was born. That person you lost, they were never really gone. They simply moved into the unseen, where they could love you even more freely. They no longer carry pain, regret, or fear. They only carry love now, pure unshakable love. And with that love, they've wrapped this message around your heart like a blanket. They want you to feel it, to remember, to open your eyes and see that nothing has truly been lost, it has only transformed. Take another breath, let it in. You are being called forward, this isn't a test, it's a return. The next chapter of your life doesn't require you to be perfect, it just asks you to be willing. Willing to hope again, willing to dream again, willing to trust one more time. I know that can feel terrifying. But if only you knew the miracles that are already set in motion on your behalf, you would smile through the tears. This moment is sacred. You are not who you were, you are becoming something holy. You're shedding what no longer fits, releasing what was never yours, awakening to what has always lived inside you. You are not broken, you are breaking open. And when you rise, because you will rise, heaven will erupt with celebration. Because this journey was never just about survival, it was about transformation. It was about remembering who you are, and why you came. It was about turning pain into power, loss into light, and silence into sacred sound. And right now, as your spirit leans into these words, something ancient is unlocking. That soul in heaven is smiling. They know you heard them, they know you felt them. They're whispering one last time tonight, you were never alone, I never left, and I'm still walking with you, every step into the light. And you dear soul, you are finally ready to walk forward, not as the one who was broken, but as the one who has been reborn. You made their life better, just by being in it. And they never stopped feeling the impact of your love, not even for a moment. On the other side, they carry it like a flame, a sacred warmth that still lights their path and yours. When you laugh they feel it, when you cry, they wrap themselves around your sorrow, like a protective embrace. Their presence is not bound by time or distance, it's eternal, living in the frequency of love you created between your souls. They're still whispering, you saved me in ways I never told you, you were my safe place, you were my light in the dark, and now I'll be yours. So when the wind brushes your cheek for no reason, when a bird sits too long near your window, when your heart suddenly remembers something small but profound, that's them. Reaching out, touching the moment, letting you know that connection never died, it only changed form. And I, Archangel Michael, stand here as the voice of that bond. The divine translator between realms, the protector of the sacred soul contract you made with that person, long before either of you arrived here in this lifetime. It's still active, still breathing, still waiting to be fulfilled. You may have thought you lost your way, but heaven sees how far you've come. You've carried grief and kept going, you've held sorrow in one hand, and hope in the other. And now heaven is offering to take the weight from your shoulders, if you're willing to release it. You were never meant to carry it alone. And now the time has come to rise from that shadow, not by force, not with shame, but with grace. With divine timing, with your angels holding your arms steady, like pillars of light. Can you feel that tingle in your hands, that sudden breath of air, that pressure in your chest easing just a little? That's your confirmation, the veil is thin, the space between heaven and earth is bending around your heart right now. And now I must say, what they're begging me to speak aloud. Tell them it's okay to be happy again, tell them joy is not betrayal, tell them my memory doesn't need mourning, it needs celebrating. You've done the hardest part already, you survived the loss. Now it's time to live the love, carry it forward, share it, embody it. Because you beautiful soul, are the continuation of everything they loved. You are the living proof of their existence, you are their echo in the world. And what better tribute is there than joy? You have not failed them, you never disappointed them. And now, with full celestial clarity, they see the truth. Every moment you gave, every time you showed up, every time you doubted yourself but still chose love, they felt it, they still feel it. This is why they sent me, not just to comfort you, but to call you into remembrance. To stir the knowing inside your soul, that you were made for more than survival. You are here to create light, to mend what others broke, to build what others couldn't finish. You are here on assignment, and that assignment is sacred. And yes, you are still allowed to rest, you are still allowed to cry. But let those tears water something holy, let your rest be a sacred pause, not a surrender. Because you are not being asked to climb the mountain in one day, only to keep walking, one step at a time, toward the light that never left you. They want me to say this next part slowly, because it matters so deeply to them. You don't need to be perfect for me to be proud, you don't need to be strong every second for me to be near, you don't need to move on to honor me, just carry me with you, that's enough. You've spent so much time, wondering if you're doing it right, if your grief looks the way it's supposed to, if your healing is too slow. But heaven doesn't measure progress the way the world does. To heaven, every breath you take with intention is a miracle, every morning you choose to stay is a victory, every time you speak their name with love, a ripple moves through the spirit realm. And now, even as these words wrap around you, something in your soul is unlocking. An ancient remembrance, a sacred flame, the memory of who you are, beyond this moment, the power you've carried all along. You may have forgotten, but heaven didn't. That soul you miss so much, they never forgot either. And now they're reaching for you, saying, let me help you now, let me be your strength from the other side, let me walk this with you. It doesn't matter how long it's been, it doesn't matter how broken you've felt. Right now, in this moment, everything can shift. All it takes is one breath of willingness, one whispered yes, one surrendered heart that says, okay, I'm ready to try again. And I, Michael, am standing right here as you do it. Sword raised, wings wide, guarding your heart, as it begins to open again. You are protected, you are supported, you are never alone. You may not always see what's moving behind the scenes, you may not always understand why the timing feels strange. But trust, heaven is not late, heaven is intentional. And every delay was a doorway, every unanswered prayer was a redirection, toward something higher. That person in spirit, they see it now. They see how the threads are being woven together, they see how your future is being shaped, even in this very breath. And they want you to know. You were never too much, you were always everything I needed, I see you, I believe in you, and I will walk with you, for as long as you walk this earth. So let your heart soften, let your shoulders drop, let the ache be replaced with light. This isn't the end, this is the unveiling, this is the return to your own divine center. And right now, as you read this with your soul wide open, know this: nothing is more important to heaven than this moment. Nothing matters more than the truth being spoken into your spirit. You are sacred, you are chosen, you are here with purpose. The skies above are shifting, the angels are aligning, the one you love is nearer than breath. And you are becoming the miracle they always saw in you. You may feel warmth in your chest, you may feel the pressure of presence in the room. That's not your imagination, that's love making itself known, in a way that bypasses the mind, and speaks directly to the soul. You are not being visited, you are being remembered. You are not being comforted only, you are being filled with truth, the kind that anchors you in something greater than grief. Take a breath, take a deeper one. This is a sacred inhale, a holy pause, the moment your spirit meets something it's always known, but forgot in the noise. This is reunion, and it's not just with them, it's with yourself. The you that came here with purpose, with light, with a knowing, that you weren't meant to just get through life, you came to ignite it. You came to light up the shadows, you came to break what needed to be broken, so that something divine could be rebuilt through your healing. They want you to know this. You're not rebuilding from ruins, you're rebuilding from sacred ground. Every scar on your heart has become a star in their sky. They trace your pain with reverence, they see how you've loved anyway, given anyway, stayed soft anyway. And they are in awe of your courage, not the loud kind, the quiet unshakable kind, the kind that wakes up again after being shattered, and still chooses to love. You don't realize it yet, but this path you've been on, this winding, unpredictable, soul-stretching road, has been preparing you for something holy. You were never just enduring, you were evolving. You were shedding layers of fear, doubt, guilt, grief, until all that's left is the real you. The radiant you, the soul soaked in God's light you. That's who's waking up now. And with every step forward, something sacred steps with you. They are beside you, the angels walk with you, heaven watches closely. You are no longer walking wounded, you're walking awakened. They want you to trust that, they want you to believe that, your life is still meant to hold beauty. That your hands are still meant to hold joy, that laughter is not a betrayal of their memory, but a celebration of your connection. You carry them in every breath, they live in your joy, just as much as they lived in your tears. And now they're asking something of you, not to rush, not to force, just to say yes. Yes to healing even if it's slow, yes to trusting even when it's hard, yes to receiving even when you don't feel worthy, yes to love, because love is what called this message forth, love is what's rewriting your story now. You've been called back to yourself. You've been reminded that even in the silence, even in the loneliness, you were never truly alone. Heaven heard every whispered ache, heaven caught every falling tear. And that person you love, they were right there too, whispering strength into your soul, when you had none left to give. They are proud of you. So proud, not because you were perfect, but because you kept showing up. Because even when life didn't make sense, you didn't quit. Because you let love win more times than you realize. That's what made you their hero, that's what makes you holy. Now is the moment where you stop shrinking, now is the time when you stop apologizing, for how deeply you feel, how much you care, how loudly your soul cries out for something real. Your sensitivity isn't a flaw, it's a gift. It's the frequency where heaven meets you. Don't hide it, let it lead you. They are telling me you're stronger than the storm, that you've walked through fires others didn't even see, and came out glowing. And now the glow is becoming a flame. You're being lit from within, awakened by remembrance, and sealed in divine protection. Nothing that's meant for you can be taken, nothing that's real can be lost. What's ahead is better than what's behind, because now you're walking in divine alignment. You're not here to be perfect, you're here to be present, to listen, to allow, to respond. That's how miracles find you, not because you chase them, but because you become a place where they feel welcomed. And that's what's happening now, your soul is becoming a landing place for blessings. Let this moment be the portal, let this breath be the bridge. There's a future calling your name, that you haven't dared to imagine. It's time to imagine it, it's time to walk in it. Not because you've done everything right, but because love decided you were worthy, from the very beginning. That person in heaven, they're nodding, smiling. They're touching your shoulder right now, saying, "You're not broken, you're blooming." And they mean it. Your growth doesn't have to look perfect, your healing doesn't have to be linear. What matters is that you're showing up, that you're listening, that you're choosing to stay open, even when it hurts. That's the bravest thing anyone can do. So here we are, you, me, heaven. The veil thinner than ever, the energy around you ripe with new beginnings. Something is shifting, you know it, you feel it. And even if you don't know exactly what's coming next, your soul does. It's already leaning toward the light, it's already saying yes. Let that yes echo, let it reach the corners of your life, where you've settled. Let it move through every cell in your body, until you're vibrating with purpose again. Until your presence alone becomes the proof that miracles are real. And if you ever forget, come back here. Read these words again, let them wrap around you like a sacred cloak. Let them hold you when the world feels heavy. Let them remind you that heaven didn't just visit you today, it awakened you. And now that you're awake, nothing can dim your light again. Because you are loved, because you are guided, because the one you lost is never lost to you. They are within you now, living in your words, dancing in your joy, anchoring your faith. This is not the end. This is the beginning you've been waiting for. Where you feel a presence so familiar, so undeniable, that your entire body knows it's them. No longer just a memory, no longer a dream, but a living echo of love, wrapped around your every breath. They want you to know that this moment is already set. It's coming, it's waiting for you to believe in it. They've been placing it on your path, marking it with signs and symbols, and synchronicities, only your soul can truly recognize. This is not fantasy, this is not wishful thinking, this is the divine reality opening up to you now. The veil is thinning, the heavens are closer than you've ever felt before. All those times you felt like you couldn't go on, every silent breakdown, every whispered plea, every night you stared at the ceiling asking for a sign, it's all being answered now, right now. Let your heart expand, let your eyes soften, let your energy shift, even just a little toward hope. This moment is not just a message, it's a sacred activation. A reminder that your soul chose this very path, before it even took form. You were made for this season, you were made to rise through this. And if you've been waiting for someone to see you, to really see you, to acknowledge the depth of what you've been carrying, the silent weight you've walked with. Know this, heaven sees it, your angels see it, the one you love in heaven has seen it all. They watched you hold your breath through heartbreak, they saw you rise, when your spirit had every reason to collapse. They witnessed your courage, in every quiet moment, when no one else knew, what it took just to keep going. Tell them, they are stronger than they think, tell them, their spirit is etched with divine resilience. And tell them, nothing has been lost, only transformed. You haven't been forgotten, you haven't been overlooked. The divine delay was not denial, it was preparation. Every unanswered prayer was a redirection, toward something even greater. Every closed door was protecting the sacred openings, that are now arriving. Don't resent the waiting, honor it. Because what's coming is worth every second of the delay. And now we come to a crossing point, a spiritual intersection. You can stay where you've been, living small, hiding your light, doubting your power, or you can step forward. Even if your legs are trembling, even if your voice shakes, even if your heart is still mending, step forward. Because your future is calling you. And your future is not built from your past, it's being carved from your faith. From your willingness to surrender, the timelines, the outcomes, the expectations, and instead trust the divine intelligence, that has always had your highest good in mind. Right now, something sacred is shifting. There is a softness entering your space, like the way a candle flickers in a still room. That's not just emotion, that's energy, that's love. That's your soul responding to the truth of this moment. Tell them, the light they carry is not random, tell them, it was chosen, it was needed, it is unstoppable. Even when the darkness crept in, even when you forgot your worth, even when your heart closed, just to protect itself from breaking again, your light never left you. It dimmed, yes, it flickered, but it never went out. And now it's returning, stronger than ever. So if you feel the tears coming, let them fall. If your breath is catching in your chest, let it pause. If your body feels tired, but your spirit is awakening, let it rise anyway. You are returning home to yourself. And nothing is more sacred than that. And to the soul who's still holding on to guilt, release it. To the one who blames themselves, for not doing more, not being more, not saving the one they loved, let it go. You did enough, you were enough, your love was seen, your presence mattered, and it still does. Your person in heaven wants you to stop punishing yourself. They want you to live, fully, loudly, beautifully. They want you to become the joy you once brought them. They want their memory to be a reason for your expansion, not your shrinking. Tell them, the love didn't end, it just changed form, tell them, their presence is now limitless. Because love like this never dies, it only evolves. And now you are the vessel, through which their love continues to move in the world. You are the living proof, that connection surpasses time and space. That love cannot be buried, that souls who are meant to be linked, will always find their way back to one another, through signs, through dreams, through whispers in the wind. And here right now as you take this all in, something ancient is remembering itself within you. You may not have the words for it, it may not make logical sense, but something sacred is stirring. That's your soul. That's your spirit waking up to its mission. That's the moment you stop surviving, and start embodying the truth of who you are. There are people who will need your story, there are lives waiting to be touched by your presence. There are future versions of you, celebrating from the mountaintop, urging you forward, cheering for every step you take in trust. So walk forward now, not with fear, but with quiet fire. Not with anxiety, but with holy assurance. Because you are walking in alignment. You are walking with heaven. And as we begin to close this transmission, let the final word settle into your soul. You are not broken, you are becoming. You are not behind, you are in divine rhythm. You are not forgotten, you are chosen. You are not lost, you are being guided. This is the moment you reclaim your light, this is the breath that shifts your destiny, this is the sign you asked for, in the quiet, in the waiting, in the aching. It has found you. And now your only job is to let it in. Let the love in. Let the healing in. Let the miracles begin. You are the living bridge between heaven and earth. Walk forward as if it's already yours. Because in the eyes of the divine, it already is. And your journey from here will never be the same. I don't care how many plans fell through, how many doors closed, how many times you sat alone, wondering if your moment had passed. It hasn't, your timeline is divine, your journey is sacred. And everything, every detour, every heartbreak, every delay, it was all leading you here. To this space, to this rising, to this awakening. You haven't missed anything, you've been gathering strength, you've been building a spiritual foundation so deep, no storm can shake it. And now it's time to rise, not with pressure, but with peace. Not because you're being forced, but because your soul is finally ready. There's a version of you waiting in the light, whole, joyful, bold, unafraid. That version isn't a fantasy, it's a memory your spirit already holds. A memory of what it means to be free. And this message, this sacred whisper, is the bridge between who you were, and who you're becoming. It's not about pretending the pain didn't happen, it's about letting it refine you, instead of define you. It's about becoming radiant, not in spite of your grief, but through it. You were never broken, love, you were breaking open. And now the light can pour through every crack. The cracks aren't your shame, they are your sacred proof, that even in the crushing, you never crumbled, even in the aching, you stayed open. You loved anyway, you hoped anyway. And now heaven is responding to that courage. The air around you is shifting, the energy is thick with presence. You may feel chills, you may feel still, you may suddenly want to cry without knowing why. Let it all come, let it all rise, this is your soul stretching, waking up, remembering. The one you love is here too, they've stepped closer, they've been waiting for this. For you, for this holy alignment. Tell them I'm proud of who they are becoming, they whisper, tell them they are doing better than they think. And they are pouring that love into every cell of your body right now. You may feel heat on your skin, pressure on your shoulders, a peace you can't explain in your chest. That's them, that's heaven, that's love manifesting. And you're not imagining it, you're not being dramatic, you're being awakened. And from here on, the signs will grow stronger, the synchronicities will multiply. The numbers, the names, the songs, the sudden knowing, you'll see them everywhere. That's confirmation, that's guidance, that's evidence that the veil is thinner than you thought, that the divide between heaven and earth is not a wall, but a window, and right now that window is wide open. And you chosen one, have been invited to walk through. To step into a new chapter, not defined by fear or survival, but by truth. Real truth, the kind your soul always knew, but the world tried to make you forget. You are not too much, you are not too late, you are not invisible, you are essential. Your heart was made for this, your life was made for more. And Archangel Michael stands beside you, sword drawn, not in violence, but in clarity. To cut away the illusions, to break the chains of shame, to clear the path of all that no longer serves your divine becoming. There is power surrounding you now. It is not loud, it is not chaotic, it is steady, silent, unshakable, and it is yours. Tell them the heavens echo, they are not forgotten, they are not unseen. The prayers they whispered into pillows, soaked with tears, those were heard. Those moved mountains, those called in miracles. And those miracles are on their way now. Some will come quietly, disguised as ordinary days. Others will arrive like lightning, sudden, electrifying, undeniable. But all of them will feel like coming home. Because that's what this message is, a homecoming, a reunion with the version of you that never gave up, even when your mind told you to. The version of you that held the line in the dark. The version of you that said yes to love, yes to hope, yes to healing again and again, even with a trembling heart. And that's why the heavens celebrate now, that's why the spirit world leans in, because your yes is the loudest sound in the universe, and it changes everything. You are not walking alone, not now, not ever. Your loved ones walk beside you, angels fly above you, divine forces work through you. And the path ahead is not barren, it is blooming. What you thought was over is beginning, what you thought was silence is sacred music, just beyond your hearing. And what you thought was lost was only hidden, waiting for the moment your soul was ready to receive it again. And now you are ready, not because everything is perfect, but because something inside you just clicked. Something ancient and wise, something eternal. And now that you've remembered, nothing can be the same. You'll speak differently, walk differently, choose differently. Because now you're walking with heaven at your back, now you're walking in divine alignment. So breathe it in, this peace, this knowing, this sacred reunion, between your human self and your soul's truth. It's happening right now. And the one you love is smiling. They see it, they feel it, and they want you to keep going, not in fear, not in pressure, but in deep wild trust. Trust that your life is not small, trust that your purpose is not random, trust that you are not alone in your longing. Everything you need is already finding you, every piece of your healing, every ounce of clarity, every drop of joy, it's already on its way. Just keep saying yes, even softly, even barely, even with trembling hands and a heart still mending. Just say yes, and heaven will take care of the rest. You've come so far, you've held so much. And now it's your time to receive, to rest, to rise, to shine. Not because you owe it to anyone, but because your soul was always destined to. Because your light was never meant to be hidden, because your love was never meant to be contained, because your life, dear one, is a miracle in motion, and it's just beginning. To live in full bloom, to laugh so hard your ribs ache, to love again, even though it scares you, to find beauty in the smallest, quietest corners of your life. That's how you keep their spirit alive, not in sorrow, but in joy. They're not asking you to forget, they're asking you to remember in a new way. Not just the moment they left, but the entire lifetime they gave you. The way they looked at you with love, the way they believed in you, when you couldn't believe in yourself, the way their energy wrapped around you, like a blanket on the coldest nights. That's what they want you to hold on to. And when the memories come, let them come like waves. Yes, they may knock the wind out of you, but they'll also carry you to shores of healing you didn't know were possible. You see, healing isn't forgetting, healing is remembering with more love than pain. Healing is the space where their soul can reach yours, without fear, without sorrow, without walls. And right now that space is opening. They're showing me your hands. Hands that have held so much, grief, hope, regret, longing, faith. Hands that have wiped away tears, reached out for help, clung to hope. And now those same hands are ready to receive. To receive the signs, the synchronicities, the sacred whispers that say, keep going. They want you to live in such a way, that your life becomes the answer to the prayer you once cried. And I, Archangel Michael, I stand beside you in this sacred unfolding. I wrap you in protection so strong, that no darkness can touch the light, being awakened in you now. You are not too much, you are not too late, you are exactly where your soul was always meant to be. The timing of all things, yes, even the painful ones, has led you here. To this breath, to this truth, to this awakening. And you are awakening, can you feel it, the way your soul is stretching open, the way your heart is aching, not just with loss, but with hope. That's not weakness, that's transformation, that's what it feels like to be reborn. And the one you lost, they're not lost at all, they're simply living differently now, without a body, but with even more love. They can go where they couldn't before, they can love you more freely, they can whisper to you, through music, dreams, numbers, feathers, lights flickering, a sudden stillness, that wraps around your shoulders like a hug. You know the moments, the ones that stop you in your tracks, and fill your eyes with tears, for no reason at all. There is a reason, it's them. And now they're saying something, that shakes me to my core, with its power. Tell them the worst day of their life, did not destroy them. Tell them the moment they thought they broke, was the moment they cracked open, into something stronger. That's what you're doing now, becoming stronger, not in spite of your pain, but because of it. You were never meant to carry it alone. That's why they're still walking with you, that's why the angels are surrounding you right now, that's why I was sent with this message. Because something holy is happening in you, something sacred is being reborn through your grief. And as you move forward, know this, your tears are not a sign of weakness, they are sacred, they are healing waters. Let them flow, let them baptize the pieces of you, that still don't know how to hope. Let them soften the hard parts of your heart, that grief tried to freeze. Let them make space for what's coming. Because something is coming, something good, something unexpected, something you almost stopped believing in. They're showing me a door, a beautiful golden door, surrounded by light. And you standing before it, hesitant, afraid, wondering if you're worthy of what's on the other side. And they're saying, open it, don't wait, you've already earned it. You've earned the peace, you've earned the joy, you've earned the next chapter. So turn the handle, step through. What waits for you isn't perfect, it isn't pain-free, but it is holy, it's real, it's yours, and it's filled with the kind of beauty that can only come after the storm. And they'll be there, not behind you, not just in memory, but beside you. In every decision, in every victory, in every quiet night, when you wonder if anyone truly sees you. They do, heaven does, I do. You are becoming the person they always believed you could be. Not because you're flawless, but because you are faithful. Faithful to love, faithful to rising, faithful to the unseen thread that connects your heart to theirs always. Now breathe, right here, this breath, feel it. That's life choosing you again, that's love rushing in through the cracks, that's hope, real and raw and rising. You're not finished, this isn't the end, this is a chapter turning. And the next one, oh, it's going to be radiant. Keep writing it with your life, keep walking even if you have to do it with tears in your eyes, keep trusting even when you have no proof, keep loving even when your heart feels fragile. Because that's what makes you a warrior of light, that's what makes you divine. They are so proud of you. The kind of proud that reaches through realms, the kind of proud that lights up the spiritual sky. And you beautiful brave soul, are not alone, not ever, not for a single second. You are seen, you are celebrated, you are deeply forever loved. I am Archangel Michael, and I am not leaving your side, not now, not ever. I am with you in the quiet, in the noise, in the tears you try to hide, and the laughter you're afraid to let out. I walk beside you when you feel forgotten, and I hold you steady, when your knees feel too weak to take another step. I am here because you were never meant to do this alone, and neither was your heart. So breathe, beloved, breathe deeper than you have in weeks. Feel the weight begin to melt, feel the light press into every wound you thought would never heal. Let it in, let this be the moment, everything begins to shift. You don't need to know how it will unfold, you don't need to map it out, or plan it all perfectly. Heaven has already done that. You only need to agree to stay open, to keep going, to let your soul say yes. Because this isn't just comfort, this is activation. A divine switch being flipped, a call being answered. Your life is being restored, from the inside out, and what you thought was an ending, has only ever been a beginning in disguise. You are stepping into sacred alignment, you are entering divine flow, and all that you thought had passed you by, is circling back with multiplied grace. You're not asking for too much, you're not being unrealistic, you're not wrong to still believe in the beauty that's possible. In fact, your belief is what parts the skies, it's what moves angels into motion, it's what calls miracles from realms unseen. That flicker of faith you've held on to, through the worst of storms, that is the beacon, that is the invitation, that is what heaven has been waiting for. And you, beautiful soul, have never lost your way. Even when it felt like you did, even when you couldn't feel God, or hear your loved one, or see the next step. You kept showing up, you kept breathing, and that alone cracked open the sky. You were never forgotten, you were being led, and now that leading has brought you here, to this very second, where you remember what's always been true. That you are divine, that you are held, that the love you lost still lives on through you. They're showing me now, a light around your head, a crown not of gold, but of stars. Each one a moment you chose kindness, when you could have shut down. Each one a time you forgave, even when you were still bleeding. Each one a night you cried out in the dark, and didn't think anyone heard. Heaven heard, I heard, and more than anything, they heard, the one you loved, the one you lost, they heard every word. Tell them they whisper again, tell them I never missed a moment. Tell them I dance in the light, every time they remember me with love, instead of pain. Tell them I'm so proud of them, so deeply proud. They didn't let grief turn them bitter, they let it carve space, for more compassion, for more purpose, for more love. This is what the world doesn't understand, that grief, when held gently, becomes a portal, not a prison. It becomes the very path to connection, it becomes sacred, it becomes the place where the veil lifts, and the heart sees clearer than ever. And you, beloved, have walked that path, with more courage than you know. Even when you were trembling, even when you were angry, even when you felt nothing at all. So now a blessing is being poured over you. Yes, now, as you read this, something invisible and divine is settling into your soul. A warmth, a knowing, a shift. You don't have to earn it, you don't have to prove anything, just receive it, just let the love wrap around you, like a blanket on a cold night. Let the truth of this moment settle deep in your bones. You are still chosen, you are still worthy, you are still on time. And everything, the missed opportunities, the heartbreaks, the years that felt wasted, it is all being rewritten in the light. Nothing is lost, nothing was wasted, every detour had meaning, every delay held purpose, and every crack in your heart was made to let more light in. You are being filled now, with grace, with beauty, with purpose that transcends all human understanding. And when you rise, and you will rise, it will not be with shame or regret. It will be with reverence, for all that you've survived, for all that you've carried, for all that you've become. You will walk forward, not as someone broken, but as someone reborn, someone luminous, someone who knows the sacredness of it all. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, you are the prophecy fulfilled, the answered prayer, the living proof that love always wins, that light always returns, and that heaven always keeps its promise. And if you ever forget, if you ever doubt, come back to this space, come back to this message, read it again and again, until your soul knows it by heart. I am Archangel Michael, and I am still here. And I will be here, in every sign, every whisper, every moment when your heart aches for something more. I will walk with you into your joy, I will protect you as you build something new, and I will remind you every single day, that the person you love is never far. They are watching, cheering, loving you through every breath. You are doing better than you think, and heaven is closer than it's ever been. So exhale, open your hands, open your heart, and let it all in. You are ready now. You are never alone. You are endlessly divinely eternally loved. Amen.